Physicians right now have a difficult time prescribing cannabis. Why? What we're hearing is that they're overwhelmed with the number of choices. So you have 100+ companies, different strains, different dosing forms, different SKUs. They're labeled with names that we can't understand, whether it's purple kush, yellow kush. That's very overwhelming from a patient's point of view. If you have real pain, you want relief, and you want to know that there's a product that batch to batch, time after time, is going to give me the same ingredients that work. That's what's missing.
If you start 1,000 people on cannabis, only a quarter of them potentially stay on it 6 months later, because the variability and the inconsistency in terms of the effects that they're getting, in terms of the relief from the specific symptoms they're looking for, is extremely variable based on what they're consuming. So we started recruiting patients in Canada. We were able to identify a group of chronic pain patients that came through the clinic that were interested in using cannabis, and it was appropriate for us to initiate cannabis. And what we wanted to look at were actually what the products were like in the marketplace. We saw a good amount of variability, even clinically, in terms of the effects that some of these patients were having.
We already have a reasonable amount of data to say a few things, such as the inconsistencies in the products that we see in the market, and the variabilities in the THC, CBD in the products, and also the poor quality in terms of activation of the compounds. As a company at Scientus Pharma, the goal has been to understand what's going on there and identify all these inconsistencies and generate consistent, reliable products that patients can use them, as well as doctors can prescribe with confidence.
If you want 400 milligrams of ibuprofen, or if you want to make sure that 100% of the ingredient that you've got in your cannabis, whether it's an oil or capsule or any other dosing form, 100% of that has to be active. Otherwise, you're not delivering the product, right? Our extraction method is a more efficient, higher throughput, higher yields, and lower cost than CO2 extraction. But more importantly is the decarboxylation, and it produces a more consistent, standardized process. We scrapped the CO2 extractor and we built our own proprietary method. What we do is combine solvent, the dried cannabis, and take it through our extraction system, maintain a constant temperature and pressure. The energy is provided through microwave energy. Single step creates both the extraction and the decarboxylation at the same time, and it's 100% decarboxylation. Consistent every time.